Hey, this is MTS. Welcome to World of Wi-Fi. We're live in Bangkok. Yes, sir. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna pull out my phone. I'm gonna find a nice coffee shop, explore a little bit. And like always, as I'm exploring, check out this. We're gonna take this train, right? Can you see the train? Like always, we're going to be taking the train and we're going to be exploring the city, trying to find new places, trying to find exciting, amazing food or coffee shops. I'm gonna work from there. And as I'm doing so, I wanna explain something, a concept. All right, so look how beautiful this is. And this is not just Bangkok, there's beautiful places around the world you can explore today. A lot of people ask me, Imtiaz, are you settled? Are you settled in a place? I'm like, it's hard when there's so many options, right? But I am settled in my mind. It's almost like, you go to a restaurant, you don't just sit in the restaurant, you don't go to the same restaurant every day, maybe to save time or whatever, but you like to explore and enjoy other restaurants as well. I mean, this is the nature, and just like that, I want you to experience the city like a local, and that is my message. And I don't know, I love doing this. And every now and then, I take extended trips to places where it's familiar to me. And every now and then, I go to places where it's unfamiliar to me, right? So you have to have that balance. It requires a different mental model, something totally different from what the mainstream pushes down your throat. Okay. I'm going to be talking about a concept that is familiar to a lot of you nomads out there, the concept of home. When I'm trying to find coffee shops nearby, I want to look for something that's top rated. Okay, so when you go to Google Maps, you see this top rated. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. And of course, it has to be close, or maybe if it's far, that's fine too. As long as it has a nice ambiance, you can work in for extended period of time, and also have great reviews. Coffee Roaster Academy, so it's a school plus a coffee shop, and it has a picture of a cat. So you know how much I love cats, so I want to check this out. Check this out, right? Yeah. Hey World of Wi-Fi, today we are diving into a concept that's very familiar to a lot of nomads, which is the concept of home. So let's take a step back and let's try to understand what is the concept of home. Maybe you have a concept in your mind right now, so ask yourself, what is home? It could be an image of a physical structure like a house surrounded by a white picket fence. Now this is an exoteric surface level definition that is deeply ingrained in a lot of cultures, especially in the West. The American dream, right? Now, I know what you might be thinking, hey MTS, how dare you? Oh my God. But let's challenge that notion for a little bit, because understand this, home is more than a house. We can get closer to the esoteric definition, which is home isn't about the brick and mortar place. It's not a physical structure. It's the familiar taste of maybe your grandmother's cooking, the laughter of friends, and maybe the comfort of family. Now we're getting closer to the essence of what truly home is, but here's the real truth that nomads and a lot of wanderers have discovered. It's not inside a house, it's not up above the clouds, it's not maybe in a food stall. Home is a state of mind. It's that feeling of peace, that feeling of belonging, the feeling of being yourself. And that's a beautiful thing. And you can carry this everywhere you go. So I had this breakthrough when I went to Los Angeles, United States, and I met this man called Ed. Now society might label Ed
as homeless. He lived on the streets, heavily affected by drug use. But Ed's story is more complex than that. Now, Ed had a big house in Katy, Texas. He had everything. But then Ed told me that he wasn't feeling at home. Now, ever since I had that conversation with Ed, his words stuck with me. He was a man who had technically physical shelter, yet he felt more at home in the streets. It's a stark reminder that just having a house doesn't mean you have a home. This got me thinking even deeper, right? Because words have a social construct that's attached to it, right? You might be having that construct yourself, and you could be forming belief systems based on definitions of words. Now, let's think about the idea of homelessness around the world. Now, in the USA, for example, people see other people living in the streets and immediately label them as homeless. But when you travel to places like Bangladesh, where I'm from, or other countries developing, you'll see people in the streets, makeshift shelters. Interestingly, they're not labeled as homeless. Now, if they're in the streets and if they're on drugs or something like that, we just say they're cuckoo, you know? Cuckoo. Now, who came up with the word homeless anyway? It's a term that seems to reflect very Western. So parts of the world, maybe Thailand and maybe other places, they don't have a conventional home, but they have a strong sense of home in the communities. Now you could be saying, hey Imtiaz, how can I apply this to my life? Well, let me give you some practical sauce, okay? Because perhaps a rigid definition are limiting our ability to find home wherever we are. All right, so this idea resonates deeply with the Thai culture. There's a concept called Jay Yen, which literally means cool heart. It's about maintaining inner peace and balance, regardless of external circumstance. Now, if you look around, you'll notice that Thai people often practice mindfulness in their daily lives, finding home in the present moment, whether they're stuck in the Bangkok traffic or relaxing on the beach in Phuket. That sense of home, that sense of inner peace remains constant. Now, once you understand that home is a state of mind, this is where the nomadic lifestyle comes in. Because when you realize home is within you, you're free to roam around the world. You're not tied down by the need of a permanent physical space. Instead, you're driven by curiosity, by the desire to learn and grow. Every new place becomes an opportunity to expand your mind, to challenge your preconceptions, to find new pieces of yourself, to discover new perspectives that you're missing in other parts of the world. Well, let me also tell you about the people of the Sahara Desert. For example, the Berbers. They have perfected the art of making a home wherever they roam. Now, these desert wanderers carry their homes with them, not just in tents and belongings, but in their traditions, songs, and stories. Their home is in their community, the deep knowledge of the land, their ability to read the stars and find water in unexpected places. What can we learn from them? The Saharan nomads like the Tuareg and the Berber, they teach us that home isn't about permanence. It's about having the skills and mindset to thrive in any environment. In our interconnected world where change is the only constant, the nomadic wisdom is more relevant than ever. As digital nomads, we're walking in the footsteps of these desert wanderers. Our laptops replace their camels, and we seek Wi-Fi hotspots instead of oasis. But the principle remains the same. We carry our livelihoods, our essence with us, adapting to new environments as we go. Now, you might be wondering, Imtiaz, this is all great, but how can I apply this in my travels? Can you give me some practical sauce? And I'm here to give you that, my friend, don't worry. In your next adventure, I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. What does home truly mean to you? Is it a place? Is it a feeling? Or is it something else entirely? In your travels, when have you felt most at home? What was it about that moment or place that created that feeling? What personal qualities or skills do you carry with you that help you adapt to new environments? And how can you develop these further? This is a unique journey we are all going through, okay? So I want you to embrace that inner nomad in you and start exploring the world through the eyes of locals. If this content resonates with you, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with your friends who are also looking to expand their mind. Okay? Also, don't forget to join our free community, the World on Wi-Fi fam. Until next time, peace.